We'll see you soon at Nacho Hippo.
Now, your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first, sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
And warmer weather across the area today, even with a good deal of clouds, but with those clouds, no rain. Viper 13 real-time radar is dry right now. We are going to stay dry overnight tonight as well. And temperatures will stay on the mild side. Currently, we're in the 50s and 60s, starting to cool down, but it's only going to cool slowly this evening. And some of us will stay in the 50s overnight tonight. Our forecast, partly cloudy skies tonight, upper 40s and low 50s. Tomorrow is going to be even warmer than it was today. I'll have a look at how long this warm weather will last coming up.
And right now on News 13, new information on a wreck at a pier in Myrtle Beach that involved a Myrtle Beach police officer. Count on a live report.
Plus, people from more than a dozen states are in our area this weekend for a birding festival.
Coverage you can count on at 6 starts now.
First at 6, Conway Police held a news conference today to give updates on 2 recent ongoing homicide investigations. And thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Bob Gbeck.
And I'm Patsy Kelly. Police Chief Dale Long says the department's heard from several sources that the shootings on January 10th and February 1st may be linked.
News 13's Jackie Labrizzi was at that news conference today and tonight tells us what was discussed.
Chief Long says the police department is now offering a $5,000 reward to anyone who comes forward with information that could help advance this case. He says he's tired of the hearsay and needs evidence. Long says on January 10th, Conway police responded to Hemingway Street. That's where they found 25-year-old Tyree Graham shot and 2 shell casings. Graham later died at a local hospital. A few weeks later, on February 1st, officers found 18-year-old Jamar Johnson shot dead at a school bus stop in the area of Rufus Street and 8th Avenue. Long says a total of 14 shell casings were found on scene, but needs the public's help with the identification process. He adds there are no confirmed statements from witnesses that these incidents may be related. Long says they've increased patrols in the area as well as the presence of officers in schools. He says he doesn't think there's anything the community should be afraid of, but says he's still unsure about the motive behind both incidents.
We have not had anybody who came up and said this person was in a gang, this person was in a rival gang. So we're investigating that because there is the potential that it is. As far as motive goes, that is something that gets developed as we get closer and closer to a person, is the why. Usually the who is the first thing we try to solve, and then once we know who did it, then it's like, now why did you do it?
Investigations are still underway, and Conway police encourage those who saw or heard anything on either incident to call the department as soon as possible. Reporting in Conway, Jackie Labrizzi, News 13.
Meanwhile, police in St. Paul's investigate separate shootings that sent 3 people to the hospital. Police Chief Michael Owen says the first shooting happened at around 10:30 last night when somebody shot into a vehicle while people were inside. Owen says the second shooting happened a short time later while officers were interviewing people at police headquarters. Police say 2 people were shot in the head, 1 was shot in the back and leg. Authorities did not say which people were shot at which location. And at last check, 2 people are still in the hospital. The third was treated and released. Meanwhile, a man faces an attempted murder charge after Horry County police say he put a gun into a woman's mouth and threatened to kill her. Authorities also allege that Hakeem Hilliard hit that woman several times. Police say it happened late Tuesday night at a home on Sylvan Loop that's off Highway 544 in the Socastee area. Hilliard also faces domestic violence and several gun charges. At last check, he was in jail, held without bond. And we have new information tonight as we now have the name of a Myrtle Beach police officer who slammed into Pier 14 back in December.
News 13 got the name of the officer from the South Carolina Highway Patrol report after Myrtle Beach police wouldn't provide it. News 13 Savannah Denton joins us live in the newsroom to break down what else the crash report said. Savannah.
Patsy, Bob, this crash report says Officer Justin Falco was driving too fast for conditions and estimates damage to the city-owned police vehicle to be around $10,000. Take a listen to surveillance video from the night of the crash.